My aunt sold me for 5 pieces of silver to a man the entire village feared, a ruthless hunter who faced down wild beasts alone since childhood. On our wedding night, when he stood over me in the shadows of his cabin and unsheathed a massive blood-stained hunting knife, I closed my eyes and braced myself for death. But the pain never came. Instead, what he placed in my trembling hands changed everything. The 5 silver coins. "Ammon, don't blame your aunt," she told me, her voice cold and practical. "I raised you for all these years. You ate our food. And now it's time to pay it back. He is a fierce hunter, but with him you will never starve. Are you willing?" In our village, Chinru was a myth wrapped in terror. People called him cursed. His parents had left for work when he was a toddler and never returned. By age 8, he was surviving alone in the deep, forbidden forests. By 15, he was slaughtering wild boars barehanded. Whenever I used to see his towering figure in the village, I would hide. I never imagined that one day I would be the one bought with his silver. When the time came, Chinru came for me himself. Wearing my simple wedding clothes, I followed him silently into the dense woods, ending up at his remote, dilapidated cabin. It looked less like a home and more like a cage. I stood in the center of the room, frozen with fear, waiting for my fate. The wedding night. Chinru was a man of no words. He walked in, set down his gear, and immediately went to the hearth. To my surprise, he brought over a wooden table laden with hot white rice and thick cuts of meat. I didn't dare move. Seeing my hesitation, Chinru gently pushed the bowl toward me, gesturing with his calloused hands that I should eat. My stomach rumbled fiercely. The hunger was too much to resist. I lowered my head and ate until I was full, the first time I had felt truly satisfied since my parents passed away. After the meal, I nervously reached for the dishes to wash them. "Rest," Chinru said, his voice deep and gravelly. "We will tend to these tomorrow. There's no ceremony here." When he signaled me into the sleeping quarters, my heart hammered against my ribs. I stood awkwardly, not knowing whether to sit or lie down. He pointed to a chair, and I sank into it, my body shaking uncontrollably. Then he reached behind the door and pulled out his hunting knife. It was nearly as tall as a man, its blade gleaming coldly in the candlelight, carrying the faint, metallic scent of old blood. The scraping sound of him sharpening the blade echoed through the room, hitting my chest like a drumbeat.